Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is Reorganizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, continuing effect monsters. So, this is the second part of organizing all of these effect monsters that I have. And in this one, I believe we actually have the biggest category of cards coming up. And they took quite a while to actually do because there is just so many of them. But because, like I said in the last video, I had put everything in order in advance, it was still so much easier. But right here, I am going through and adding in all of the machine monsters. And there are so many. But some of my favorite cards are in this area. And sometimes there are distractions while you're working on stuff. So right there was a perfect example. But just kept going and getting these all done. And I did keep getting distracted by all of the ones that were sparkly and shiny because it's me and that just happens. So with this batch of cards, I knew I was finishing off the first binder for sure. Then came the question of how far am I going to get into the second binder? And, well, you'll see how far I got into it. Because going through here, the 1020 cards that were put into these three sections for the effect monsters took roughly 113 sheets to hold all of them. And this binder already had sheets from the normal monsters and then the first part of the effect monsters. So it's like, there's only so many sheets that'll fit into a 4-inch binder. So I only put, I think it was like 83 sheets for the second part of the effect monsters into this binder because I didn't want to overstuff the binder. But that meant whatever did not fit into this binder was going to end up going into binder number 2. But I kept going and kept adding the cards in. At least here, it was pretty quick and easy just doing it to finish off this binder. At this point, we made it to the plants. And there are some that were just really cute little cards, like Dandelion there. then you have the psychic cards, and then eventually you will make your way to the pyro. And I was really judging here about how many more sheets worth I was going to fill, because I was not sure where this batch of cards was going to end. So I was still just going with the flow and seeing what fit, what didn't fit. Got up to the next stack of cards and just kept going with the reptiles. So I kept on going. This happened a lot, and we got to the warrior section, which is another big section. Reptiles was the other one. I just forgot to mention them, because out of the top 5, they probably are the smallest of them, but they're still there. And here is where we finished up binder 1, which is why I counted out the last 6 cards and flipped all the way back to the start of the binder. And here, I'm prepping binder 2 for the rest of the effect monsters and whatever else is to come. So, I just picked up right where we left off and kept on going. And then here were spellcasters. I actually think they were bigger than the reptiles. I can't remember. There's just so many cards. But I kept going. And knew I was going to get through all of these at a good rate. Like, there are some cards here that are much older than others, and then some that are pretty new and hardly used, but still used. But we kept on a-going. And once I was done with this batch of cards, there's only 1,020 effect monsters to go. But remember, in the last video, I did say there are some that had special things about them. Well, you're gonna learn very quickly what those special things were. Because they make up a good portion of the next batch. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!